your book, you speak of Aeon, is that her name? A former Muslim?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Who becomes a Christian, risks her life to follow Jesus. Now, is it wrong for a person who truly believes in Jesus to remain in a Muslim context to protect her life? Do you think it's part and parcel to come out of that and join the church, even at the risk of?
Now, that is a tough question, and an important question, particularly among conversations right now about insider movements, and which I'm particularly concerned about. And every circumstance is different, and it's not easy. From the time I've spent with the IONs of the world, as well as brothers and sisters who are working among Muslim people groups, it's not like there's a one-size-fits-all solution. At the same time, I think there are guiding truths here. The more, and I think this goes across the board, the more, when somebody comes to Christ, the more they can avoid extraction from the sphere of influence that God has them in, the more they can stay in that sphere of influence, the better. And so I would relate that to here, if somebody comes to Christ in Chicago and they got a whole sphere of influence that's full of non-Christian people, like, I don't want to pull them out and just have them go into Bible study all the time and just extract from this community. God's put them there. Like, this is the means by which the gospel is going to spread to all of these people, is this person. And so to avoid extraction when we can. At the same time, so now to put that in a Muslim context, so the more that person can stay within that context, the better. At the same time, for that person to continue to live as a Muslim, for that person to live out the gospel, that's where the challenge comes. How do I truly live out the life of a follower of Christ, not a Muslim anymore, in this context? And no easy answers there, but I think there are guiding principles, again, that's got to guide us through that we can't, so in the name of contextualization, so miss what it means to be a follower of Jesus and minimize the cost of what it means to be a follower of Jesus in the name of, okay, we're going to try to reach more people, but in the process we dilute the gospel that we're trying to reach them with, which that we undercut from the very beginning. I think thankfully, we've got a first century church picture where there was persecution. There were people who were rejoicing to be counted worthy for suffering for the name, and they were not compromising the gospel. And so there's a way to do this, but we've got to hold fast to biblical truths and not try to recreate some things in that process, particularly in the name of contextualization.
Good. And to kind